Hello and welcome to the 3D Printed Classroom. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3D printed history and some great models that you can use to help your kids understand the ancient world. In social studies, we have a new unit coming up, and it's called Ancient Civilizations. And so I wanted to find some models so that kids could see some of the awesome buildings and structures that existed in the ancient world. It all started with this model of the Colosseum. And there are a lot available, and I found this one to be the best. One thing that I like about it is that you have the Colosseum in its modern form, so it is in disrepair, but it's also very clear the underground maze that existed, and you can see the shafts for the elevators and the different corridors that gladiators and the animals and all of that cool stuff where they would move around. After finding this, I looked up some other famous ancient buildings like Chichen Itza, the pyramid at Chichen Itza, the Parthenon, and the Great Pyramid of Giza. I think it's the Pyramid of Corfu. Khufu. After printing this, though, I had the idea of printing all of these other models to scale. So the first one that I did was the Parthenon. Now, having only been, out of all of these ancient structures, having only been to the Colosseum, and then only seeing pictures of the Parthenon, or the Pyramid of Chichen Itza, and the Great Pyramids of Giza, I personally didn't understand the scale of these buildings in relation to each other. And so what I decided is to print all of these buildings to scale using this model as my benchmark. I was amazed to find that the Parthenon is dwarfed in comparison to the Colosseum. Now, the Parthenon is about 45 feet tall, and the Colosseum is about 157 feet tall. And you can see, I mean, it's just a very notable difference. Now, after that, I decided to print the pyramid at Chichen Itza. And again, you can see it's really quite remarkable, the difference in size. Again, I've never been to Chichen Itza. I've been to Tulum, but without seeing them directly compared, it is hard to appreciate the difference in size. And finally, I printed the pyramid of Khufu, and here we have it. So kids can see the difference between these, but I was talking to my team, and what we decided is that as neat as this is, and as we can see the relationship between the pyramid in Egypt and the pyramid in South America and the Colosseum and the Parthenon, it's not easy to appreciate how big they are for us. So what we decided is that we should print something that's relevant to them. So we started thinking up some different ideas, like a stadium. I'm in Minnesota, and so the Viking Stadium is the first thing that we thought of, and unfortunately that would be too large to fit on my print surface if we printed it to scale. After that, we thought about skyscrapers. Again, if we printed them to scale, then it would exceed the Z height that I'm capable of printing. Finally, what we decided on doing, and this is what I'm most excited about, is we decided to print a school bus to scale. For my school and class, this is a universal reference point. Most of the kids take the bus to school. We've gone on a number of field trips, so they've all ridden on a yellow school bus. And on top of that, you know, every day when we release from school, they walk by school buses. So this is something the size of which they're very familiar with. And so I printed 4 of them so that they can all be placed beside these buildings, and they can understand not only how small they are in comparison to the Colosseum, but then how small the Colosseum is when compared to the pyramid. And so that's the thing I'm most excited about with this project, is giving students not only the ability to see this really cool ancient architecture, but to appreciate the scope and the time and the effort and the work that must have gone into these buildings to create them. So here you have it. 4 really awesome models that you can use to help inform your students about ancient civilizations. I'm going to have links to all of these in the descriptions. The links are not to scale, so you'll have to do that yourself. I plan on releasing another video shortly about how to print to scale, so that'll be coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, subscribe. If you want to see some of my other videos about how you can incorporate 3D printing into other subjects, you can check them out here. There's one for math and science, and there will be more to come. Again, thank you for watching. Toodaloo.